A very good morning. Today we will start non-cooperation movement. So in non-cooperation movement we will discuss how non-cooperation movement resolution was adopted. Then we will discuss various strands of the movement, how the movement spread in cities and towns, how the movement spread in the rural areas, how it movement to the plantations, and also how it spread among the tribal people. So let us start with Gandhiji's book written in 1909. Gandhiji wrote the book Hind Swaraj. Much before the non-cooperation movement, in the book Hind Swaraj, he had written that it is with the cooperation of Indians the British could rule over a long time in India. So as soon as Indians would start non-cooperation, British had to leave India. So that was how whatever Gandhiji said in his book in 1909, so that is started through a movement, and that was non-cooperation movement. It was in January 1921, because it was in December 1920 the resolution to start the non-cooperation movement was passed. So the movement started in January 1921. Now let us discuss about various stages of non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji told that the movement was to be unfolded in stages. Like first, various titles were to be surrendered. It means Indians should give back the titles given to them. British had given many titles to allure Indians, so they were to be given back. Then the second stage would be boycotting the British institutions, British offices, schools, colleges, courts, legislative councils. Then the foreign goods were to be boycotted. And if the British retaliated, they followed a policy of repression, then a mass movement was to be started. So this was Gandhiji's planning, and it was to be unfolded in 3 stages, and finally it was in December 1920 in Nagpur session of Congress, non-cooperation resolution was adopted. So this was the beginning of non-cooperation movement. Next we will discuss about various strands of non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation and Khilafat movement went together. Both of them started in January 1921. So next we will discuss about different strands within the movement. It means how various groups of people had various aspirations regarding to non-cooperation movement. First we will discuss about movement in towns. The movement in towns was specifically led by the middle class people. The middle class participated in large number in cities and towns. The students, they left their schools and colleges. Those who were working in British offices, they left their offices. The legislative councils, the ministers, they left over, and the lawyers did not practice in courts. But one party, it was Justice Party in Madras, it did not participate in non-cooperation movement. Now, why this party did not participate? Because it got a scope now. It was a party of non-Brahmins. So earlier there was domination of Brahmins in political arena or in legislative councils elections. So now it thought that it would get a scope to participate in election, because the rest of the parties have left participation in election. They have left over their legislative councils, so it did not participate in non-cooperation movement. Next we will discuss about the economic impact of non-cooperation movement. So we will discuss about the economic impact of the non-cooperation movement. In economic front, so there was a huge loss to British as foreign goods were boycotted, they were burned down in huge bonfires, they were collected and they were burned down together. The import of foreign clothes specifically declined. There is a data that between 1921 and 1922, the import of foreign clothes, which was 102 crores of value, it declined to 57 crores. And many Indians refused to trade in foreign goods, so foreign trade also declined, and it was a period during which there was a boom to Indian textile industry. So Indian textile industry developed, it means there was more production in Indian textile and handloom sector. Now next we will discuss that why the movement slowed down when we could give a great economic blow to the British government through non-cooperation movement. Then what were the reasons why the movement slowed down? The first one is खादी was expensive. अभी भी अगर आप खादी खरीदने जाओगे, हैंडलूम खरीदने जाओगे, it may not look good, okay, but still it is very expensive. So during that period also khadi was very expensive because it was handmade. It needed a lot of labor, lot of effort, lot of time, so it was expensive and it was not affordable by the poor. And as Gandhiji had given a call that all Indians should weave, so that we could give an economic blow to the Britishers, because British were taking our raw materials and they were just selling their machine-made goods in India. So we could give a great economic blow to the British if every Indian would spin and weave their own clothes and we would not purchase the British clothes. Then we could give an economic blow. So that was the idea of Gandhiji, that everyone should weave their own clothes. So it was very expensive for the poor. They could not purchase khadi, and boycott of British institutions posed a problem. For a long time, they could not they could not, boycott the British institutions. Like the students who were going to British schools, if they would boycott the British schools, they needed Indian schools. If those who were working under British government, if they had to leave the British government for survival, they needed alternative jobs. And alternative Indian institutions were slow to come. It was not very easy that suddenly schools, colleges, offices could be built up, and that is also without resources. So it was taking time. And if you will remember, DAV was a movement against colonialism, so the opening of DAV schools. So it was just like, it was not during non-cooperation movement, but it was an anti-colonial movement to oppose British government. Okay, anyway, so that example you can give, it's not given in your book. Then so people started trickling back to government offices, schools, colleges and the courts, because they did not have any other alternative, as representative institutions were slow to come up. इतने जल्दी एक साल के अंदर स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, ऑफिसेस, इंडस्ट्री सारे नहीं बन सकता था, और लोगों की प्रॉब्लम्स थे, तो they needed alternative institutions, so they came back. They trickled back मतलब फिर से वापस जाना. So they trickled back to their own schools, colleges and offices. So that was about participation of people, specifically middle class, in cities and towns. In the next topic we will discuss about the rural participation.